we're just getting to the next dialog box that will be popping up on your screen. Photoshop just opened up all of my images, processed them individually, and kind of did a merge, and brings up this dialog box here, which shows more or less what your almost your final image is going to look like. As you can see, in my case, it's slightly blurry. Like if you look at this chair over here, you can kind of see that it's a little bit blurry, and that means that my camera moved at some point. So on the left, it shows from my low exposure up to my high exposure. And let me see if I uncheck my high exposure, what will it do with this here? It's pre-processing it again. It's going to show me an output of what it might look like, and that looks a lot clearer actually. I'm just going to go ahead and not use that that last image, and I guess this is a good reason why you might want to use a few more than just those 3 required for the HDR images. Alright, so this is kind of a preview to what we're going to get. HDR works in 32 bits, so if we actually had an HD monitor, which I don't have and a lot of us don't have, these would look a lot more vibrant than they do, but we're working with 16-bit output, but a 32-bit file, I guess if you want to call it. It's the HDR file is actually a 32-bit file. So I'll show you how we can work with it later. So go ahead and hit OK. I'm not gonna hit OK because I already processed mine, so you might want to go ahead and hit OK. Here is my final output. Okay, and this is the HDR at 32 bits on our screen. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is drop it down to 16 bits so that we can work with something that's a little bit more to what our hardware can handle. To do this, you click on Image, Mode, and then 16-bit channel. So go ahead and check the 16-bit channel. It will bring it down to 16 bits. And now this HDR conversion tool will pop up. What I like to do is just go down to local adaptation, and this is where you really start to make it look fun. The toning curve in histogram, yours might come out looking kind of like this. Just click on the little double down arrow, and this graph will pop up. What you're going to want to do is bring this little dot here in the lower left corner, bring it to the base of where this graph is beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it and drag it over towards the base, and then you'll see how the colors are going to change. Okay, and there is a method to this toning curve. You can research some more online and kind of go into the methodology of it. I kind of just like to mess around with it and make the image look really fun and really cool. So let me go ahead and just run through real quick. I'll just test something out here. Make the colors look really vibrant. You can always change them around, move things around. This is my favorite part. Okay, so this is what I've decided to end up with. I'm not going to mess around with it anymore. I just kind of wanted to get this done for the tutorial. As you can see, we have a pretty vibrant picture. The HDR merged all of our images together. Here's my toning curve, what I ended up with. And once I click OK, it's going to start to generate the actual HDR image. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and I might need to pause it and continue it once it's done. Okay, now here we have our final HDR image. You can go ahead and save it, print it, upload it wherever you like. This is the final HDR image. I kind of like to tweak around later on. You know, Photoshop has a number of great useful tools, but you have just created an HDR image using Photoshop. Very basic, quick, easy to use, wonderful tool, and it shows some great vibrant images. As you can see in my case, the chapel windows came out looking extremely vibrant, really bright colors, something you wouldn't get in just taking a single snapshot, as well as some of the darker shadows that show up. It just makes the image look really, really nice. Well, if you have any more questions, go ahead and leave a comment. Once again, my name is Jose, and this was our quick tutorial on how to make an HDR image.